So I'm pretty new to YouTube actually. Well, this will actually be my first video that I'm uploading, and I look like this. So yeah, like the main reason I wanted to do this is because I just want to talk about like my own mental health. Sorry about that. I've been crying so much this morning. Basically woke up and it's just a comment that someone's made and it's made me feel like this. Sad, pathetic, like what you may think like it can be something so hurtful to someone else who are dealing with like all these issues in the head. Yeah, so basically like I just wanted to get the point across that like mental health is so complex and it's different in every single person, and like it's so hard for me to talk about because I barely talk about it at all, like let alone whether it be like my family or anyone. Like I shut off completely and it's a fault of mine, like complete fault of mine. And I find it so hard to open up and talk about like how I'm feeling and stuff. So I just think maybe this way will maybe try and help me to deal with things. And yeah, it's not like I don't want like a sympathy vote or anything. Like I don't want people to be like, oh my god, like she's so upset, like it's not, I don't want the sympathy, like that's not an issue. What it is me trying to just express myself. Like I find it so hard to do that and say the right thing. Whether it's the right thing or not, who knows. But it's just to try and help someone else as well. God, there's so many people that I know deal with mental health in so many different ways. A close family member actually, like she, and I hope she doesn't mind me even talking about this, I'd never even mention a name, but she just went completely different way to like what some people would usually. Minging. But I'm not going to tissue anywhere near me, so maybe I should have thought about that. Anyway, we all deal with things so differently, and like my family member, very close family member, she'd obviously been dealing with things in her head that she didn't think she could see past, and her only way out was to abuse her body, basically. In my eyes, like she might not have seen it that way, but in my eyes, like that's how she took it out on herself, her body. There was probably a load of different things that was contributing to it, but like that's how I saw it. So yeah, it's just, I just feel like we all need to talk about mental health more. It's just so complex. I mean, me, like my triggers are like, I've got so many triggers, and I'm noticing it all the time. Like when I'm getting upset, like I'm noticing more like, oh, this must be like one of my triggers, because it's like a ongoing thing, like it keeps happening, and I'm trying so hard not to let it affect me in a certain way, but it is, plain and simple, like it has affected me and it is still affecting me, and I'm trying so hard not to let it get to me so much. But I think it's just with what I've been through in the past. Like I was bullied through school. Never physically, but it was all mental. Girls would be so horrible to me, and because they were like the popular girls, they'd get all the popular boys involved, and I'd end up being like mentally abused. People shouting like horrible things at me, and I think now if anyone makes like a snide comment to me or anything like that, that's just like a massive trigger for me, and that's why I'm like this morning. And sometimes people don't mean it like in a way that it comes across, but I just think maybe we all need to think before we speak. And now I'm talking out loud, I'm like, why am I so upset about this? Like, why? But I just kind of think to myself, at the time you don't see it. Like, you have a good cry about it and you think the world's against you, and like I can see myself now, like I'm thinking like, oh, you're a bit stronger now, you're talking about it. Maybe you just need to talk about it more. So maybe that is the case. Maybe you'll just see me on YouTube just crying a little bit more, and then talking to you guys, and just, well, talking to myself, because no one's talking back to me. Maybe that's why I find it easier. Because literally about 5 minutes before this phone call, this video, my mum rang me and I couldn't speak to her. Now every single morning I drop my partner off at work. Well, since this whole COVID thing, I drop him off at work, and every single time I've dropped him off, he closes the door, I ring my mum. Every time. But this morning I just couldn't do it, because I don't want to upset my mum, like, God's sake. I don't want to worry her, because there has been times in the past where like it can get quite like worrying. And like even my boyfriend, like my husband to me, like he doesn't know how I'm feeling because I've not told him, but he probably has an idea, because this was literally as soon as I woke up. Like I looked at my phone and I was like, fuck's sake, like triggered off straight away. I don't really want to go into detail about it because it's done now, like it is what it is, and I've spoke to the girl and like things are fine now, but it was just like a little misunderstanding. Yeah. Whew. So yeah, basically I ring my mum every single morning, like after I've dropped my boyfriend off at work. Sorry, I don't like calling my husband to be. I just think it sounds so weird. Husband to be. Yeah, no, don't like it. I'll call him my husband when he's my husband. Which was supposed to be on Sunday. Yeah, so basically, oh, look at the state of me, and I'm making this freaking video. I must be mad, but I need to get it out, because if I don't get it out, then things spiral in my head. Like I go crazy. So yeah, basically, I will get the story out. I ring my mum every single morning, wish each other that we're gonna have like a nice day, talk about what we're gonna be doing. I've recently helped my mum to become self-employed, so she's doing really, really well at the minute. And I'm so thankful that I could help her do that. Like, I'm so grateful that I could help my mum get to where she's got to in such a short time as well. That is something I do need to pat myself on the back about. But I just can't seem to find my niche. Anyway, I'm going off track here. Sorry. Completely off track because I don't even know what I want to say now. I just wanted this to just kind of be a bit raw, and I wanted to talk organically to you and no sort of ulterior motive. Is that the right word? Ulterior motive. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to come on here and just talk about like how simple things and simple triggers can set someone off to have like such a bad day, a bad week. And luckily, like, I have got a good support system around me, but it's my own I don't know if it's like an insecurity about talking about it that I just find so hard to do. So maybe doing this and then maybe showing them afterwards might help. I really honestly don't know. Maybe this will help me to talk and just openly talk about it. Sometimes I really find it easy to, but other times I find it so difficult, like, and maybe other people are in that same situation. If anyone could maybe give me a little tip on how to... It's not like these people are hard to talk to. They are amazing to talk to. It's just, I don't know if like I'm feeling like I'm a bit of a burden towards them, or I don't know. I just don't like putting my problems on other people. I think that's one of the main things. Or I don't like crying in front of people either. And now I'm videoing myself crying. That doesn't make sense. I just think we need to talk about mental health more and it become like a bigger issue. No, not issue. A bigger talking point. We just need to talk more. We just need to voice what is going on in our heads, because if we don't get it out there, who's supposed to know about it? Like, there's so many people, especially in like this current climate as well, like they've cut their life short because of it, because they're not talking about it, or because they don't feel like they can approach people about the problems, which could be so small. Like, you talk about it and like I'm talking about like what had happened now, and I think, why did I get so upset about that? Like, it's not even something worth being upset over. But I just think at the time, because it's in your head and you've not physically spoke out about it, it just seems so much worse in here. Like, it's crazy how some people just can just completely like let it go over the head, and some things I can, like, but I think it's because it's something that's happened in my past. I find it so much harder to let go of. But because I've spoke about it now and I'm trying to get my point across, I think it's starting to I'm starting to realise in my head that maybe you didn't need to get that upset about it, or maybe it didn't need to go to the length that it did. But that's something I need to work on for myself. But I do think it's good to talk about it, because I know some other people might be feeling like that. So yeah, I think that's the point I wanted to get across. We got there 15 minutes later, but yeah, I do feel a lot better now I spoke about it. A lot better now I spoke about it, even if it is just to a camera. But I might put a quick clip in here actually. I can't remember if it was a year or two ago. It might be about 2 years ago. And I made a quick video of I think I'd just been to like a therapy session with Minds Matters, and oh god, I was a wreck. I was an absolute wreck. But I think it'd be good to like look back on it. I don't know, we'll see. That might be another video that I do. But yeah, yeah, I think that's all I really wanted to say. We work so hard on trying to better ourselves. I mean, I do. Oh my god, I work so hard on trying to like be the best version of me, and it doesn't seem to get me anywhere. Doesn't seem to get me anywhere. I don't know if I'm trying to do too much. I really don't know. Maybe I just need to strip it all back and get back to basics and just go from there, really. What do you guys think? Maybe let me know. But I do feel better for this. I do think it's something like I could probably carry on doing. Maybe not looking like this though. Wow. This is gonna go up on YouTube, and this is gonna be there forever. But if it helps someone to just talk or reach out to me, or then I'm winning, aren't I? Like, that is, if I can help someone else to talk about it and not leave it in their heads, then that's where I want to be. That's where I want to get to, because mental health is just so complex, and we're all so different when it comes to it. How we deal with it, what triggers us, it's just all so different. And I think understanding yourself and your mind a little bit better, writing things down of what your triggers are, or relating back to it like this. Get your camera out. Why not? Just do it. I think would be a good thing to do. So yeah, I mean, I'm supposed to be getting married this weekend too. What the hell? But current situation, I can't, and it wouldn't be the way I'd want it to be either. So I might do a few videos on that actually. Wedding prep, because I've really enjoyed it. DIY, me. That wasn't right, was it? I like to do DIY, especially like crafty stuff. Yeah, I really enjoy it. So I think I'm gonna leave it there. Thanks for watching if you have watched it, and if it has helped you, pop a comment below. I think we need to talk more about this like raw, like mind stuff. Like if things are so, I think we need to talk about it more basically. I think we need to talk more about like mental health and how it affects us every day, and what we can do to help each other, and think before we speak. I mean, I think I've mastered that. I think I am quite good before I do really think about, because I've been through it myself, I think about how I'm going to say something to someone. I mean, it's not very often that I do approach someone with like a issue that I've got with them. I just kind of just let it go. Maybe that's something I need to work on. Don't know, but if someone says something to me, I think the world's going to end. yeah, literally, like, that is in my head. I'm like, oh my god, everyone is against me in the world. It's horrendous. But I think if we talk about it more, it will help, definitely. So yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it there. I don't think I ever actually spoke to you about like what caused my problem, but maybe I'll do that in another video when I'm not looking like this. So yeah, just be kind, just be nice to people. If you've got an issue, just approach them. Just be nice. And I'm not saying like we all need to wrap each other in cotton wool and stuff like that. Like, I don't really agree with that. What I'm saying is just think before you speak, before you say something to someone, and how it might affect them. Because it can. Like, it's crazy, like, what can trigger someone. Like, if I said what my problem was now, looking back on it, I'd be like, why did I get so upset about that? But I kind of have a rough idea in my head. It's because the girl who was involved is one of my, like, really, 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 really good friends. So I kind of thought, like, oh my god, like, this is gonna I just automatically thought like this was gonna cause like a massive rift between us, because it was her friend and she was going to start bitching the... Honestly, it's like high school shit. But it's because of what happened to me in high school. It's now, I don't know, it's just so hard. It's draining. But we go on, we talk about it, and then just hope for a better time next time it happens, because it probably will happen again. People don't think before they say. People aren't really asked if they say something and it hurts other people. So you kind of just think, well, they are what they are, and you continue to be a person who does think about what you say before you say things to others. I think that's why I've got such like a close knitted group, like, of friends. Like, honestly, like, I could probably a little bit more than one hand, but like, my mum's my best friend. So yeah, I just think just being a bit more mindful of what we say before we do it, and it'll just help. It will help. But there's always going to be the odd person who doesn't. There's always going to be the odd person who can be a bit of a bitch, can be a bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Probably bitch is a bit of the wrong word. Like, I've dealt with bitches in my past. Big bitches. What's the word I am looking for? I don't know. But each to their own. We can be the best versions of us. And that's all that matters. Like, I probably try too hard to be the best version of me. Like, I try and do so much, it is ridiculous. Like, I just need to sometimes just say no. I am not doing that. But it's, again, something I need to work on. So yeah. Right, okay, I've said it like a lot of times now, but I will leave it there. I will be back with another video. Any topics you want to talk about? I mean, mental health is probably my top one. But if you want to know anything about the wedding, how we've dealt with that, dealt with cancelling the honeymoon. We were supposed to be travelling America. Sad. But it will happen at some point, just not yet. So that's literally what is keeping me going through all this. We will get back to some sort of normality, whether it was the previous, but we will get there. We'll get there, guys. Yeah, but I think I've got the main bit out of what I needed to, because I was really struggling beforehand. Like, I think I've been crying since about, what time did I get back home from dropping Stuart off? Probably about 8:30. But now I spoke about it, I feel a lot better. So yeah. I'm going to leave it there. If there's anything you want me to bring up in my next video, I am happy to do so. I may not look like this. But literally, I just wanted it to be so raw and real, and yeah. But I'll see you soon.